Hello everybody, welcome back to the table. Today we are taking a look at a brand new Kershaw I just picked up. And so now about a week ago, Kershaw had a direct sale on their own website. They reintroduced some new models or new versions of old models. And these were something that was exclusive from their own website. So this one I picked up, this is actually not a new model. This is the Kershaw Misdirect. So what makes this one new and special are two things. Again, the color is one. So we have these nice blue steel handles, very shiny, kind of pop very nicely. But really the big draw here is the blade steel on this particular model is S35VN. And so there were two new versions of the Misdirect that came out. This one I chose because of the blade shape as well, because the traditional Misdirect, when it first was released, didn't really draw my attention. It's kind of like a reverse Tanto, nothing wrong with that, but it's not my thing. Whereas this one right here has this really nice, kind of almost like a leaf-shaped drop point blade. Looks like flat ground, very nice and thin and pokey. And so this really just drew me to it. So the fact that we're getting S35VN blade steel is also kind of a big deal. And so this one I picked up during their sale. It's probably still available, I would hope at least. But I want to say it was around 60-ish bucks. I was able to find like a 20% off coupon code for their site as well. So that makes it a pretty good deal in my opinion, because we're getting an S35VN blade for that price. So not bad at all. So let's take a look at the Misdirect right here, and we'll make a few comparisons as well. But first off, let's check out the size of this knife to give you an idea of what we're working with here. So the blade on this knife, we can see is just a hair over 3 inches long. And the overall length is coming in right around 7 inches. So very everyday carry size, very pocketable, very friendly, and easy to carry. The weight of this knife is coming in at less than 3 ounces as well. And so that does make it very easy to carry. The smooth handles right here make it absolutely easy to get in and out of pocket. Of course, the blue color here is one of the big draws for this version, if that's your thing. But I do like the action on the knife as well. And of course it is, sadly, assisted opening, but no issues with that. It does work. It's very confident, very positive opening here. And so very, very nice. We do have a little bit of jimping on the top of the blade. Not a whole lot, but it's there, and it's better than none at all. So I would say it's quite effective. So both on the jimping and on the flipper tab. So it gives you something for your hand to rest on while you're looking at it. But while we look at the blade, of course, this front side is completely sterile. We just have those very nice grind lines, which looks very good. And that's probably what drew me to this model, like I said. On the reverse, though, we can see we have the little insignia up here showing this is an in-house Kershaw design. Of course, this knife is produced in China. This is a foreign-made knife. But again, what makes that kind of unique is that we are getting a foreign-made Kershaw in an advanced steel. So we have the CPM S35VN. We don't have too many Kershaws made overseas in higher end steel like this one here. So I hope they continue this trend forward onward. And of course the model number, the 1365. So kind of a nice little markings on there. What makes this knife a little bit special too, as you'll notice, our pocket clip, it is 3-way positionable. So we can have it tip up, right or left hand side. But if you do want it tipped down, we can actually accommodate that as well. So there are 3 different possible positions for this clip. And the clip itself, the shape, may not be a fan for everybody, but it works. I do like how it's kind of a bead blast finish, so it does kind of add some contrast to the blue handles. And it has no issues carrying in pocket. A little bit high, but really not a big deal. Now, they could have thrown a deep carry clip on that. And I'm certain if you have other Kershaw deep carry clips with this same 2-hole pattern, you could probably swap it out if you really cared to. But, this is what it came with. So more of a design choice than anything. We do have the lanyard hole as well. So this whole back spacer, this feels like a FRN, like plastic. But we do have a nice beefy lanyard hole, if that's your thing. And of course, on the show side of the handle, we do have another Kershaw logo. So the branding here is kind of extreme. But I do like, as a compromise, this front side of the blade, like I was saying, is totally sterile. So we have, you win some, you lose some. But being a steel frame lock design, so yes, both of these handles are steel. And so they are blue coated steel. We can see the lock up here, which is as expected. Let's check out the centering. Centering is good. So no issues there. And so in my mind, what this one kind of reminded me quite a bit of is the Kershaw leak, because they're similar in size, similar in overall weight. And especially, like, I have a leak here on the table, so we'll do a quick comparison. Both are steel frame locks, both are assisted opening. So they are really very much proxies of each other. You can even see how similar they are in overall dimensions. You know, they both have those nice delicate tips. Now this one is kind of a unique one. This is that reverse tanto version. And so let's just put these two knives side by side. You can get an idea of what we're looking at here. And so honestly, like, if you want a US made knife, you know, the Leek is a great option. Comes in so many variants. You could get it even less expensive than the Misdirect here. Not necessarily an S35VN, so that's the trade-off. But if you are an absolutist, I gotta have my US made knife, the Leek is gonna come in for you, and this is going to be around the same price, honestly, as our Misdirect and S35VN comes in at. And I believe the steel on this particular Leek is that 14C28N, that nice Sandvik steel. I don't think it's marked on there, but I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. So again, US made knife, foreign knife, same about price, but the only difference being that blade steel, you know? So if you really do value the blade steel and you don't care about country of origin, by all means, go for the Misdirect, this new version here. But if you have to have US made, by all means, the Leek is a great option. And this one I kind of blinged out color-wise, so they don't all come like that. But let's just set that off to the side. And of course, while we're talking about Kershaws, I got to talk about the Kershaw Blur here. This is a good size comparison anyway. So of course, it's much larger. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what we're working with the Misdirect here. Because of course, whenever you shop online for knives, photos are pretty much always misleading. The knives always look bigger in pictures than they are when you get them in hand. So this is the Blur, aluminum handles again. So we have two Kershaws on the table, and this, of course, our Misdirect, our foreign-made Kershaw. Again, they did release this knife in S35VN in another color pattern as well. It also had that reverse tanto tip, which for this particular model, yeah, it's not my thing, so that's why I decided to skip out on that one. But it is definitely available in that option for you. So I really wanted to buy this, not because I love the design and all, but I love the blade steel, I love the color. I mean, it's really nice. So the blue Misdirect, again, was available exclusively on Kershaw's website. Hopefully it will be by the time you see this, but I did want to share my first impressions and thoughts with everybody. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I love having these nice thin blades on the channel. Very nice, very sharp. But if you have any questions about anything, feel free to drop a comment below. Would love to hear from you. And I hope you all have a nice day, everyone. See ya.